Monogamy versus polygyny. Is it really a thing? Is it really a competition? Should it be a competition? Now, we've gotten so many comments from different posts that we make, different videos we've made, that apparently people are thinking that we are anti-monogamy, even though we consistently say we are pro-morals. We're not against monogamy. I don't really think that it's a versus when it comes to monogamy or polygyny. There's no competition. They're both forms of marriages. As long as it's pro-morals, we're all for it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to debunk the myths of the mono versus poly. And I'm also going to talk about a couple of steps and tips to create outstanding, fulfilling relationships, whether you're practicing monogamy or polygyny. So it really doesn't matter. A lot of things that we do at Outstanding Personal Relationships, it goes all around the board, whether you're practicing monogamy or polygyny. We just talk about polygyny a whole lot more, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. So stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Nyla, Coach Nyla, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships. And yes, in this video, I had to kind of debunk the thing. Outstanding Personal Relationships is not anti-monogamy. It's not a mono versus poly. It's not a monogamy versus polygyny thing when it comes to Outstanding Personal Relationships. We are pro morals. We talk about polygyny a whole lot more, because when it comes down to it, let's face it, guys, seriously, polygyny is not talked about much. And even if it is talked about, a lot of times there are a lot of misconceptions, there are a lot of myths, there are a number of negative stances on it. It is what it is for the most part. But what we wanted to do and what we wanted to provide is a place where people can learn and grow if this is what they decide to do, if they decide to practice polygyny. Now, we talk about different things that you can do throughout your relationships, whether you practice monogamy or polygyny. We even give you tips and trainings and ideas if you are not married yet and you're looking to get married, whether it's in monogamy or polygyny. However, sometimes people have this idea that it has to be an either or, that it has to be this versus. It has to be that if you are so pro this, then you have to be anti that. And that's not necessarily the case. And we all know that. So, yes. First of all, a lot of things that we do discuss on Outstanding Personal Relationships is about polygyny. Now, number of misconceptions is that we talk about poly and we're so pro poly, and that can be a whole array of things, a number of things under the poly umbrella. And just because we're pro polygyny doesn't mean that we're pro poly everything, because we say, again, we're pro morals. And that means, what is polygyny? Because some people don't know what that means. If you're new to our channel, welcome. And those who are with us and have been rocking with us from the beginning and for a minute, hey, once again, salam alaikum, peace. Make sure, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss an episode, make sure you click that bell so you get the notifications when we go live and when we upload new videos every single week. So with that being said, polygyny. That's what we talk about a lot of on this channel. Why polygyny? Well, polygyny is a man being married to more than one woman, a husband with multiple wives, to put it in layman's terms. And that's what we practice. We practice polygyny. Actually, our husband practices polygyny because he's monogamously married to me, Coach Nyla, and my wonderful co-wife, Coach Fatimah. And in Islam, the husband can have up to 4 wives. I'm not talking about that more on this episode right now, on this video. That's be saved for another video. And plus, we have other videos on our channel that talk about that as well. But the thing is that we talk about polygyny because that is the form of poly that is family-based. That's the form of poly that's family-based. That's the form of poly that you continue to grow your family. The husband can have multiple children with his multiple wives, all the different stuff. And he's there to support, take care of, and be this leader, this protector, this provider for his family. Okay? And they are all under one umbrella of the family. And that's what we look at. And that's what we talk about. We talk about family building, not just that he's married to these multiple women and these multiple women are separated and then they, they'll have to live in the same house. So that when I say separate, I mean that it's not one big family. And I didn't say one big happy family because once again, we talk about how you can create one big happy family because we're talking about outstanding personal relationships, not outstanding okay or I relationships. But we talk about that and train on that in our relationship mastery inner circle of how to have outstanding, fulfilling, successful relationships, whether you're in monogamy or polygyny. So yes, for more information, definitely stay to the end of this video because I'll tell you more on how you can find out how to be involved in a part of the relationship mastery inner circle. But until then, or for now, we're going to talk about how to really build on our relationships, how to have a great relationship. First and foremost, I'm going to give you like about 3 tips because it's way more than 3, but I'm going to give you 3 in this video right now. And those 3 tips, one of the 3 tips is minding your marriage. I talk about minding your marriage a lot. What does that entail? Minding your marriage entails working on your marriage. Working on yours, focusing on your marriage, what you want. One of the main ways to mind your marriage and to focus on your marriage and to create a lasting, loving, fulfilling marriage is to create a marriage mission statement. Oh, and we talk about that and train on that in RMIC, in our Relationship Mastery Inner Circle. And having a marriage mission statement is so just on point. Because I know you guys heard the term, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I know it sounds cliche, and it is a bit cliche, but it's real. Think about whether you're going for this job, whether you are trying out for the sports team, whether you are trying to build a relationship or start a business or anything like that. You have to have a plan if you want to succeed. If you want success, you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, a lot of stuff is going to happen, period. That's life. Life happens. Things happen. Changes come. Can you adjust with the changes? Can you combat the challenges? Can you do those things? Can you do that on the fly? Maybe some people can. But I will hallucinate that most of us can't. And it's best to have a plan anyway. So being able to have a plan for your relationship and have a plan for your life to say, hey, this is what I want my marriage to look like. This is what I'm willing to become to have this relationship. Yes, we have to work on ourselves. How dare we desire having someone that's, a protector, a provider, someone that's morally sound and that's, they got it going on if we don't have it going on ourselves. And I mean, us really taking a good look at ourselves and saying, hey, am I at the place I need to be to attract the person that I want? Or am I at the place that I wanted to be to keep the person that I want? Because sometimes, as I stated before, life happens. Sometimes we get too familiar in our relationships, too familiar in our marriages. And without that marriage mission statement that we can look back on and say, hey, well, this is what we said we were going to do. This is what I said that I'm going to become. And now I see why we are where we are right now. If and when it starts to fall apart or become stale. So having that marriage mission statement. Another thing is communication. We just finished up a wonderful relationship mastery inner circle mission I guess I would say this whole month of May, we talked and trained on communication, proper communication with your spouse, proper communication with your co-wife. If you are in polygyny and you want to develop a relationship with your co-wife, and we also trained on why it's important to actually create a relationship, whether even if it's just cordial with your co-wife in our relationship mastery inner circle. Is freaking amazing. I did that with my co-wife, Coach Fatimah. And if you guys are not part of the relationship mastery inner circle, as I said, stay tuned to the end, tell you how you can be a part of that. So you want to make sure you know how to communicate. Communication is a skill. Oh my gosh, it's a skill that it seems like it's almost a lost art form, because sometimes we get to the point where it's just me, I, and this is what we want in our lives, and this is how we're feeling, and we want to express how we feel. People better listen, and it's a lot going on. And then we realize we're not listening to the other person, and we're not connecting. We may be communicating or we may be talking, but we're not connecting. And when we're not connecting, our relationships start to deteriorate. So you want to make sure that you're communicating, that not only communicating, but connecting. So have that marriage mission statement. Make sure you are communicating and connecting with one another. And last but not least, make sure that you are constantly growing. You are constantly getting better. You are constantly improving on yourself. And improving on yourself is one of the biggest things that has allowed like our family to be where we are right now. We tell people, do not compare your chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 with our chapter 11. We're 11 years in, guys, and polygyny and what it looks like right now is not what it looked like before. And we talk about that in numerous videos on our channel, as well as in our trainings as well. So, but personal development, personal growth, that's one of the major things that allowed us to be where we are right now. And we are we are continuing to grow, because we believe that if you're not growing, you're dying. There's no stagnant. There's no staying still. So we got to continue to grow. If we're where we are supposed to be and we're saying, you know what, that's it, there's no more, I'm done growing, it's all downhill from here. We're not going to stay in that one spot. We're going to just deteriorate. As I stated before, change happens, life happens, and challenges come into play. Are we going to let the weeds take over our garden by just staying still? Or are we going to grow in a way that we're going to be able to prune and trim and weed our gardens, which would be our relationships and our lives, to have the best ones we possibly can? And that means constantly growing every single day. So yeah, those are the 3 things. Make sure that you are finding out what you want in your marriage and create that marriage mission statement. Even if you are not married yet and you're looking to get married, create that marriage mission statement. You know, if you are married and you have not done it yet, you and your spouse create the marriage mission statement. You create one, your spouse create one, and then you come together and combine it together and work on it together. And make sure you're communicating to connect, and make sure you are working on your personal development. I hope you guys got some great information from this. Make sure you like this and share it. And until next time, make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Stay tuned for how you can get involved in RMIC, and I'll see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
1 is by following us on our social medias. Follow us on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and on Facebook and YouTube at Outstanding Personal Relationships. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Number 2, make sure you head over to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and subscribe to the email list. From there, you will get downloads as well as updates, any and all updates. And you also get an update on the release of our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny, Uncensored.
Number 3, if you are serious about polygyny, relationships, and really developing fulfillment and happiness, make sure you register for our Relationship Mastery Inner Circle, which is members only, which includes downloads. It includes access to us live on a weekly basis. So that's at outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/RM. We'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.